Before I came into Sikhi, I would say life was more about eat, drink, and be merry. I was practicing Roman Catholic. I was born and raised in a Christian family. My family were fairly religious. We went to church regularly.
I grew up in a Catholic family. I went to Catholic elementary school. I went to a Catholic high school. And when I became an adult and I graduated, in reality, I still didn't know anything about God, even though I had gone through all of that education. Life
was very much incomplete. I didn't really know what the goal of life was. I didn't understand the purpose of life.
In one word would be imbalanced, very peaky, so times of happiness followed by sadness or stress, anxiety, worries, and then you would just constantly look forward to the happy moments again and just get through the rest of it. That's what it seemed like I was doing every day.
So through a lifetime of searching, sometimes very actively and sometimes inactively, I just found I was kind of stuck. It was hard to move forward in life.
To me, God was like an invisible friend. Even as a child, I thought of him as my secret friend that I could talk to. So it was very conversational in nature. That was kind of my relationship with him at that time.
To me, God was kind of the guy in the sky with the beard, right? Because that's, in other faiths, that's kind of that's the images that you're given. And as I said, it was never explained, and nobody ever told me that you could meet God. So I had this idea that if I lived a good life, and when I died, then I would be judged, and then at that time I would see God.
I had that relationship with God, though. I felt very close to him, but I had so many questions that were just not ever answered.
बड़ी खुशी दी गल गुरु दे प्यारे कनाडा तो आए ये हुन गुरमुख आन के 4 मंथ सिद्धे लाए हुन शब्द भी सुन दे ते अमृत रस भी पींदा आपां झाती मारनी आपां की कीता हाले तक.
So that day I learned that you don't have to wait until you die to meet God, and that changed my life.
So with Guru's grace, I had an opportunity in 2015 to come to Slough and spend 3 months and to learn under Bayajit Singh. So do Simran, learn all the practical techniques of Guru Granth Sahib, and actually do it, not just the teachings, actually do it. So 14, 15, 16 hours of Simran every single day. And with the right techniques, with the right methodologies, following Guru Granth Sahib.
What? Guru.
The message of Guru Granth Sahib is that as human beings, we're very blessed to be given our purpose very explicitly in Guru Granth Sahib. It tells us that the purpose of our human life is to meet God while we're alive.
If you want your mind to be pure. कहंदे इत्थे पहलों कहंदे प्योर कर की लिखिया इनु निर्मल कर प्रभ मेरा सदा निर्मला मन निर्मल पाया जाए निर्मल पाओ पाया हर गुण गाया हर वेखे राम हजूरे.
What was very clear to me is the necessity of doing Simran.
So there's one key difference between meditation and Simran. Meditation, a lot of people do different kinds of meditation, mostly for feeling good. Simran is different in that you do it in order to meet God. Gurbani gives us many reasons why we do Simran, but to kind of really simplify it, it's about learning to control our mind. We learn in Guru Granth Sahib that it tells us that our mind is constantly going out through the 9 gates of the body, our eyes, our ears, our nose, our mouth, etc. Whatever is happening in the world, our mind just goes there. What Simran teaches us to do is actually control the mind by focusing it and focusing it on the sound that we make. Why? Guru. We close our eyes, we speak it, and we say, why? Guru. We listen to our voice, and we try to put our mind into the sound so that our mind is filled with the Gur Shabad, and therefore when it's got the Gur Shabad, It's not going out these 9 gates of the body. Simran is very powerful. First of all, it's helping us achieve the purpose of our life. It's the tool that we need to do that. But even if we just set that aside for a minute, in Gurbani it tells us if you do Simran, you get happiness. Your pain and your suffering goes away. All of the things that make our lives so difficult, you can learn to control them by doing Simran. And the reason for that is that we're giving our mind some peace, some joy, by actually trying to bring it above this Maya and put our mind in its home. And when we do that, all the pain and suffering and the hardships of the world go away while we're doing the Simran.
The interesting thing is once you actually start putting in the effort and doing the practical and doing the Simran, you really do get experiences out of it that confirm that you're on the right path. And Siri Guru Granth Sahib is always the check. If you're ever concerned or worried or wondering whether this is right or that's right, it's there for you to look at and to validate that what you're doing is correct.
So some people get confused and they think that these things that Gurbani are talking about are just things in our mind that we make up. No, what Gurbani actually tells us is that these are real experiences. But you can either experience them or you don't. There's no middle ground, there's no gray zone. It's either you get it or you don't get it. And you only get it by doing it the way that Guru Granth Sahib prescribes.
चाहे उस्सत कीती चाहे निंदा कीती कहंदा that's all you know उस्सत निंदा दोई ते आगे खोजे पद निर्बाना कहंदा पद तेनू मैं क्या सी उस्सत ए निंदा ए दोनों ही छड़ 4 ਮਹੀਨਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 24 ਹੁਣ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਚੱਲਦੇ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹ ਖੈਨ ਫਿਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਨਾਂ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਹਰ ਸਿਮਰਨਜੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ 2 months ago or 3 months ago he came to me and he goes Bhai Sahib my saliva had changed the taste जिन्हों पढ़ते हैं सहज आनंद हो वट भागी मन हर हर मीठा लग इज दैट अमृत रस मैं कहा नॉट येट ए गुरु दी हजूरी च बैठा पूछ लो मैं कहा नॉट येट खैन होर हाले मेहनत करने की लोड़ है पल कहंदा भाई साहब हाले मैं अमृत नहीं पीता है पेशेंट बापू दे घर की नहीं Patience is a virtue. फिर उधरों जो सेवा चली इथों गुरमुख जिन्होंने 3 महीने 4 महीने अभ्यास किया हुण मैं क्या what you have learned ए श्वास क्रॉस ए रोम रोम हुण आपां देखना है इथों हुण कर्म ना चलने उत्थे जाके विसरदा तां नहीं तुहानू उत्थे फिर जदों गए कहंदे भाई साहब विसरिया नहीं ये होर वध गया रोम रोम भी चल पिया शब्द भी तेज अमृत रस भी चलदा हुण जदों गुरु दे प्यारे हो ये गुरु पूरे आ इट्स अ शेम वी कैन नॉट टेल द वर्ल्ड बापू अखां दे सामने and yet we cannot see him. Why not? हुण एक टाइम आ रहा सारी दुनिया नूं दसांगे रब नूं किदां मिलना किदां रब नूं देखना किदां रब नाल गल करनी किदां अमृत पीना अंदरों ये हुण दसूगा गुरु दे प्यारे मैं अपनी हट बीती करना हुण 20 22 30 घंटे जो लवाई दे ना फिर पता लगता नाम किदां जपना गल्लां बातां दे नाल नहीं भगती हुंदी भगती हुंदी आ चाह दे नाल प्यार दे नाल तड़फ दे नाल वो अपने को डिजायर द लव द पैशन वो अपने को है कि हाले नहीं बनया जे नहीं बनया मालिक कहंदा फिर संग च आओ.
So one of the benefits of having a teacher like Bhaijit Singh is that when you have an experience, he can help you relate it back to Guru Granth Sahib. So I was doing sauce, and all of a sudden I had the bright light, I had the Anhad Shabad, I had the Amrit, and he just kind of laughed and said, okay, this is what Gurbani says about it. I was doing another time when we were doing the Seva in the Gurdwara in Slough, working really hard, doing really, really loud Simran. I just got Amrit Ras. It just came in my mouth. It was so beautiful. And I told him, and he just kind of nodded and laughed and said, yes, this is what Gurbani says. When your mind gets to that place where it's pure, then you get to experience these things that the Naam that Guru Granth Sahib talks about.
When I learned about the four Lama, it touched my heart. Is it possible that we can get married here? Paasson gall hoyi, aj biyah karo Guru de pyare vishai, apan anand karj kariye. Waheguru.
So once you've made Sri Guru Granth Sahib the center of your life, that means that all of your everyday life events and even the important milestones should also be centered around it. And Ken and I missed that opportunity because we came into Sikhi late. So we had decided that someday, if we could, we would like to have an Anand Karaj.
So the ceremony was fantastic. To walk around Guru Granth Sahib like that with my wife behind me, us joined together. It was a premier moment of my life.
First Salam. Where the mind lives, Jijika, Jirka, Rasman Dua, Idale Vanni Kata Nirviti. Idale Vanni Nirviti. Hon jud gaya, parviti na. Kende hon parviti na jud gaya, hone karm karna. It comes from mind to the house, the mind. Now he is attached to the body, and the body will do the karma, the work. Because he is attached to the work so attachment inni hogi with words and it's forgotten. Jo Guru Arjan Dev Ji ne sikhaya ki samar har karan karna. Kende he has forgotten about the faith. He has forgotten about the Sach. Kehda Sach? Aad Sach, Jugad Sach, happy Sach, Nanko Hositi Sach. Kende baar pehli naam de vich ko jo mind inna karm ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜ ਗਿਆ ਸਾਈ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਵਾਰ-ਵਾਰ ਹਰ ਪੈਲੜੀ ਲਾਮ ਪ੍ਰਵਿੱਤੀ ਕਰਮ ਦੜਾਇਆ ਬਲਰਾਮ ਜੀਓ ਭਗਵਾਨ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇੰਨਾ ਕਰਮ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜ ਗਿਆ ਇਹ ਕਰਮ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜ ਗਿਆ all he has done was sin after sin after sin after sin meaning forne after vichar after vichar after vichar ਸਾਈ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਤੂੰ ਕੀ ਕਰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਧਰਮ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਸੱਚ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਨਾਮ ਨੂੰ ਪਰਫੈਕਟ ਕਰ like you came here for 4 months and all I said 4 months day and night unka perfect karna.
I think the most special part of the Anand Cottage for Ken and I that day was to be able to have Bayajit Singh do the lava for us. I think for the majority of the Sangat, it was the very first time that they got to hear the correct interpretation of what Guru Ram Das Ji was saying when he wrote the 4 lava, and that meant the world to us.
सच्चे पातशाह जी ये तो मैनू पता लग गया सच नू मैं मन मेरा तू सदा रोह नाले ये तो पता लग गया ये धर्म नू मैं परफेक्ट करना सच्चे पातशाह जी ये भी पता लग गया मैं नाम जपना सच्चे पातशाह मैनू जाना कित्थों पऊगा सतगुरु गुरपुरा अराधो सतगुरु गुरपुरा अराधो सब किल विख पाप गवाया सब किल विख पाप गवाया सब किल विख पाप गवाया सब किल विख पाप गवाया.
It was very important for us to have an Anand carriage because on our journey of getting to Waheguru, we were embracing Sikhism fully.
Naam Naranjan Neer Narayana नाम निरंजन नीर नारायण रसना सिमरत पाप पलायन किदा ए नाम नीर जदों आउंदा किदा ऐ मन दे सिंध धोने.
To be married, you know, in the presence of Guru Granth Sahib, in the presence of the Sangha, was an absolute requirement for us.
दूजी लाम दे विच हो में नामे नाल विरोध है दोए नवस एक थाए दसिया गया कहंदे होमे कढ ए माइंड नू प्योर कर हंबल बना प्योर माइंड कहंदे मन नू धो मन धोवो शब्द लागो हर से रोहल चित लाए तां कहंदे if you want to wash your mind प्रभ कै सिमरन जी मन की मल जाए
You know, in order to achieve the purpose of our life, we must do the Anand carriage internally, right? We must go through the 4 steps in order to meet Waheguru. This is what Gurbani tells us in the Lavan. But like everything, whatever happens on the inside also happens on the outside. So we need to do it on the outside as well to show that commitment to each other, to our Sangat, and to everybody, that we are the true Sikhs and that we are on this journey to meet Waheguru in this lifetime.
ਤੀਜੀ ਲਾਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਸਮਝਾਉਣਾ ਕਰਦੀ ਆ ਇੱਥੇ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਅਨਹਦ ਬਾਣੀ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦਾ ਅਨਹਦ ਬਾਣੀ ਨਾਦ ਵਜਾਇਆ ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਮਾਲਕ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਤੀਜੀ ਲਾਮ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਮਝਾਉਣਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਮਨ ਤੜਫ ਤੋਂ ਵਿਰਾਗੀ ਬਣਿਆ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਵਿਰਾਗੀ ਤੋਂ ਗੁਰਮੁਖ ਦੇ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਹੋਏ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਅੰਦਰਲਾ ਭੇਦ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਨਾਦ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਮਾਉਣਾ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਨਾਦ ਤੋਂ ਗਾਂ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਸ਼ 'ਚ ਜਾਣਾ.
You know, the true Sikh, they want what they have for you. They want to give whatever is in Guru Granth Sahib, whatever they've experienced, they want you to experience. And that's what I felt from all the Sangat, is a love and a sense of brotherhood.
This side, there's no male or female. This side, it's Jyot, Mantu Jyot Swarup hai. Apna mool pehchan. Idharle banne kende, there's no male or female. This side, there's no old or young. Idhar Jyotan. Ye Jyotan pehchan logiyan dona nu. Ye hun ਝਾਤੀ ਮਾਰਨੀ ਰਾਤ ਨੂੰ ਸੁਨ ਮੰਡਲ ਜੇ ਮਿਲਦੇ ਹੋ ਸੱਚੇ ਮਹਿਲ ਜੇ ਮਿਲਦੇ ਹੋ ਸਮਝਾਉਣਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਨੂੰ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਵਰ ਪਾਇਆ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਮੈਂ ਵਰ ਪਾਇਆ ਜੁੜ ਕੇ ਜੁੜਨਾ ਸੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਨੂੰ ਜੁੜਨਾ ਸੀ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਥੇ ਬਾਪੂ ਕਹਿ ਰਿਹਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਵਰ ਪਾਇਆ ਅਬਨਾਸੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਵਰ ਪਾਇਆ ਅਬਨਾਸੀ ਨਾ ਕਦੇ ਮਰੇ ਨਾ ਜਾਇਆ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਵਰ ਪਾਇਆ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਇਹ ਜੰਮਣ ਮਨ ਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਊਗਾ ਮੈਂ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਵਿਆਹ ਕਰਾਇਆ.
Once you make Sri Guru Granth Sahib the center of your life, you want to be able to have those life-changing moments or those important milestones in your life also centered around Guru Granth Sahib.
Now we are married. We don't want to be separated when we are asleep. We meet during the day and we fall asleep. We don't want to be apart, not even for a second. ਕੀ ਕਰੀਏ ਤੁਮਾਰੇ ਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ what we need to do ਕਹਿੰਦੇ in order two bodies ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਇਕੱਲੇ ਇਕੱਲੇ ਆ ਨਾਨਕ ਇੱਕ ਜੋਤ ਦੋਏ ਮੂਰਤੀ ਜੋਤ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਆ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਆ so how the two jot become one ਸ਼ਬਦ ਮਲਾਵਾ ਹੋਏ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਮਲਾਵਾ ਹੋਏ so how do we become one ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਦਾ ਲੈ Guru Granth Sahib is the only dharm in the world where divorce does not exist. In Guru Granth Sahib, you will not find the word divorce. ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜੋ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਵੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਬਲਮ ਪੈ ਗਈ ਘਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ what you need to do ਕਹਿੰਦੇ if you only find 15-20 minutes half an hour a day कहते जिन्होंने ताड़े घर च लड़ाई पाई the five inside कहते उन्होंने मार दो तुम्हारे कहते की लिखा जन नानक गुरमुख जो नर खेले कहते हुण let the game begin कारज होने लगे है obviously कहते you gonna have difference of opinion. How do you overcome those different opinions? So both of you can come and sit at Satogun. Then you find the root cause of the problem. Then we find the root cause of the problem. Can they lie? These five are trying to split me and the wife. ये जेरे अंदर पंज बैठे ताई मारा कहते in order to defeat those फिर कहते की करने की लोड़ है वाहिगुरू
Typically in a nun carriage, you know, the bride, at the end, the bride and groom sit and they have sagan, right? So people come, they give them good wishes, they give them money. And Baisab explained the true sagan, right? He said, when, he said the true sagan is when a Gurmukh makes a benti to Waiguru, for Waiguru to give the person getting married some of his naam. That was very special.
If I could send a message to the whole world, it would be that for certain you don't have to wait until you die to meet God. That is the one thing that changed my entire life. That piece of knowledge meant everything to me.
Embrace Guru Granth Sahib. You know, as Sikhs, we often say, we don't own Guru Granth Sahib. We're just the stewards. We're just the caretakers of it. Guru Granth Sahib and the message is actually for the whole world. We've been blessed to have been given the stewardship of Guru Granth Sahib, but we don't own it. You know, I think if people were given just even a snippet to get an opportunity to hear, you know, the message, I think anybody who's searching for something, searching for more, they don't even need to know what it is they're searching for. But anybody who's searching, when they hear that message, would automatically lock onto it.
I would definitely want the world to know about Sri Guru Granth Sahib, that there is a truth that's available to everyone, and that if you just put a little bit of effort and put your love in the right place, you'll be rewarded and you get to meet God in this life.